folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 3. Last time, we disrupted the Zentrim's operations at Joaquin's Rest, and we met Will's patron, Mizora, and Will got turned into a devil.
Moving in.
I think that's all the important stuff. It's been a little while since I last played. I've been sick and couldn't record, which was not fun, but I'm back now, and y'all wouldn't have noticed that I was away because I recorded a whole bunch of episodes ahead previously, so I don't think the upload schedule has actually been disrupted. I just finished editing the 2 episodes ago. The one where Amity arrives at Joaquin's Rest. I just finished editing that one, and as of time of recording, that's still about to, like, that still hasn't been uploaded yet. So, yeah, I'm a bit ahead. Have I talked to kith'rak?
Another visit from the Golden Paladin.
Oh, right, we had another dream.
We'll get the answers
yes.
we need about the tadpole if we infiltrate the cult.
I knew there was something I was missing. Yes, another visit from the dream visitor, telling us to infiltrate the cult. Amity does not trust her. This feels like a trap. I'm not sure we should indulge this dream visitor.
Agreed. A bit of shiny armor doesn't impress me that much. I don't want to get taken in by a pretty offer and pay the price later on.
You and Mizora seem to know each other. How?
We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. But she favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted.
I can see why you were so keen to escape.
No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players.
Do you think she'll keep coming after you?
I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride.
Yes, let's check in with everyone about that dream.
Another dream. Another order from that dubious visitor. It announced that we will find the answers we seek in the absolute cultist's lair, and offered another generous gift. A persuasive creature. It tempts us with power, expresses its admiration, its adoration. Avert your eyes whenever it appears, and do not avail yourself of this new power, no matter how alluring. You've no idea what damage it could do to us, how far into illithid madness it could drag us.
Yeah, Amity is inclined to agree. I distrust the visitor too. I'll avoid using this power.
Well chosen. Battles are won with swords, not mind games born of brainworms. And there will come a battle, of that I'm most certain. The one truth that fell out of the dream figure's cankered lips.
These dreams linger in my memory. Do you think the strange figure will come back?
It is a certainty. I had assumed our parasite served a Gale elder. but I believe they serve a greater master still.
Greater master? Who or what do you think that could be?
A question that burns in my belly day and night. Elders and collectives abide by their own tenets. It would require a powerful creed to unite them. And now this voice, this creed, finds our own ears. If it reaches this plane, it may reach others.
That is troubling, certainly.
I had another dream last night. The visitor came to me and ordered me to penetrate the heart of the very cult that's spreading the infection. It gave me a tadpole gift too, just like it did the first time it appeared. I suppose it hoped this would help. At first, I thought we should avoid these gifts no matter what advantage we gain. And yet, I can't help recall the words of my father. The best plan is the one that works. These powers could be enough to edge us towards victory.
I'd sooner avoid this powers if we can. It feels like we're being led into a trap.
Then we do well to walk around it. Use these powers sparingly, if you must use them at all.
So tell me, Will, how does it feel to be a devil?
It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck, not to mention a few bumps and prongs in unmentionable places. But I haven't seen my reflection just yet. Be my mirror. What do you see?
Now, Amity is of the opinion that having horns significantly increases one's sex appeal. So she's not entirely joking when she says, "Quite the handsome devil, if I do say so."
I can't tell if you're being silly or serious. I'll accept the flattery either way. I suppose I'll grow used to the new me, horns and all. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe, and one day they will see the Blade of Frontiers again.
Being the son of a Grand Duke.
Not so enchanting as you'd think. The Portiers, the Caldwells, they were the blue bloods hosting the fancy balls and drinking from gold goblets. Father's the son of a blacksmith, born with barely a coin in the coffers. He made a name for himself among the Flaming Fist, brave as Baldur and stubborn as a deep Rothay, daring, outspoken, but hardly posh. I spent more time dueling with father than I did rubbing elbows with lords. Not to say I didn't develop a taste for good wine and the talent for courtly dance.
And now you're the Blade of Frontiers. What a change, don't you think?
Yes and no. Father taught me the 4 pillars of power: courage, insight, strategy, justice. He reckoned I'd follow in his footsteps. First as a fist marshal, then as a duke. Vanquish evil, maintain order, save the world. But a duke makes bedfellows with more monsters than he slays. Father called it diplomacy. I called it hypocrisy. In the frontiers, there is no posturing, no diplomacy. I slay monsters. I don't consort with them, even if I might look like one.
Now let's check in with Gale.
I've been dreaming of our enigmatic visitor again. She told me our purpose was to take on this cult of the Absolute, to infiltrate its ranks and bring it down from the inside. She even offered me greater powers, the result of some manipulation of the tadpole's psionic abilities. Given the magnitude of what we're up against, I see no harm in considering the benefit this offer might afford us. Could be the only way to reach this source in one piece.
Tadpoles are part of the problem, not a solution. We shouldn't rely on them or their powers.
I admire the vigor with which you uphold your principles, but I would remind you that the evils of the Absolute are far greater than any moral compromise we might make by using our tadpole's full potential. Your confidence in our existing capabilities is quite rousing, though. Perhaps that spirited enthusiasm will be strength enough to subdue the cult when the time comes.
Really a moral consideration for Amity, though. She doesn't really think that it's possible, or at least it's not safe to use the tadpole powers without becoming corrupted by them. Like, the tadpoles are trying to take control, and that's to be avoided. So the less influence they have on us, the better, in her reckoning. Also, she has pretty much gotten through life, and through some really hard times, on spirited enthusiasm alone. So, yes, I think Gale was being kind of sarcastic there, but Amity does think it's possible. Now, we already know what Astarion thinks. He wants us to be using these powers, but let's check in with him all the same.
I had another visit from that dream figure. I take it you did too. It claims that if we infiltrate the heart of the cult that's giving out these parasites, we'll find the answers we're looking for. It gave me another gift, too. Just like it did the first time it appeared. Rather generous, if you ask me.
I don't like it. This whole thing feels like a trap.
On the one hand, you're right. On the other, don't be so wet behind the ears. Did you actually want something, or are you just here to spoil my fun?
Oh, no. Never mind.
I had another dream, which I suppose means you did as well. Whoever's reaching out to us truly does seem opposed to the Absolute, but wants us to embrace the tadpole. Venture right into the heart of the cult. Perhaps we truly have a secret protector. Or we're walking into a trap.
No options to discuss further. But yeah, no, Amity is leaning towards trap in her judgment of this.
You wish to speak?
Let's, yeah, we are gonna have to go to Moonrise eventually, so we probably should, ask... Well, first of all, how are you faring out here at the camp?
Wonderfully. If I'm honest, the grove was too comfortable for my tastes. I felt removed from nature. I'll miss my books, but I can find all the wisdom they contain out here, firsthand.
Well, if there's anything I can do to make you less comfortable, let me know.
I'm sure something will come to me, given time.
This shadow curse you spoke of, surely it can't be that bad?
It's had the whole region around Moonrise Towers in a chokehold of darkness and despair for years now. Those who remained are shadow-cursed. If you don't die at their hands, then you become one of them. We have to get to Moonrise, but the less time we spend in its blighted surrounds, the better.
seems like you feel responsible for this shadow curse somehow.
Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What kith'rak Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the shadow curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source.
Do you know how the shadow curse can be stopped?
Perhaps, but we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said.
And what about this secret stronghold in the Underdark? You must know more about that.
Precious little. But I'm quite certain it can still be found. Aradin was convinced there was a hidden entrance in the Temple of Selûne. I'd start there.
Right. Now, Moonrise is a problem for another day. For now, we need to deal with these, tadpoles as soon as we can. Oh. Do we have an item for Gale to snack on? One of those should do.
My condition likes being ignored as little as I do. I must consume another artifact. And soon.
Can we spare? This amulet, I think. None of us here are Selûnites, and 1d8 healing, but also cast sleep. That's not, like, great. It's... yeah, we can spare this.
Thank you. Good gods. It hardly has any effect. Oh, Mystra, have mercy on us all. Listen, I need to speak to you, to all of you. It would be unconscionable of me to remain silent.
Go on. You're among friends.
I might just be about to remedy that. You have to know who I was. You have to know who I really am. What I am is a walking shadow of the promise I once held. I'm what one might call a wizard prodigy, who from an early age could not only control the weave, but compose it, much like a musician or a poet. Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of magic herself, the Lady of Mysteries, the goddess Mystra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time, she became my muse, and later even my lover.
Are you telling me you made love to a goddess?
Oh, yes. We enjoyed each other's company. Body, mind, and soul. But even so, I desired more. You see, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can become, we never scratch more than the surface of the weave. Mystra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross. Yet, every time I was with her, I stood on the precipice, gazing into the wonders that lay beyond. I sought to cross her boundaries.
Yeah, Relationship 101 is, don't do that. But how exactly did you try to cross those boundaries?
I tried to convince her. I pouted. I pleaded. Swore my ambition was only to serve her better. She only smiled and told me to be contented. But inconceivable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess, and yet I wasn't satisfied. So I sought to prove myself worthy to her instead. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I share the story behind it, or would you rather head straight to its sordid finale?
I'm intrigued. Tell all.
Very well. Here goes. Once upon a very long time ago, a mighty lord lived in a tower. A flying tower, to be precise. I'll save his history for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp the goddess of magic so that he could become a god himself. And he almost managed, but not quite. And his entire empire, Netherese, came crashing down around him as he turned to stone. The magic that was unleashed that day was phenomenal. Roiling like the prime chaos that outdates creation. Even the weave itself could not withstand the onslaught. It fractured, then shattered, and all magic was lost to the mortal realms, until the day Mystra returned. She restored the weave, reuniting all its scattered shards. Or so I thought. Until, in the course of my studies, I learned of a book. A Netherese tome in which a piece of the fractured weave had been sealed beyond her reach. What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess?
I guess you ruled out flowers and chocolates altogether then.
You know me. My gestures can never be grand enough. I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mystra to take me by the hand and welcome me into her hitherto forbidden domains. I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my study. As for what happened next... Here. Place your hand over my heart. Let me show you.
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize Gale is letting you in, into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book bound and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And gods, is it ever hungry.
How are you still alive?
Thankfully, the moment I absorbed the fragment wasn't enough to kill me outright. It was only the beginning. This Netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest. And it needs to be fed. As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, it remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however.
Go on.
I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of Netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment as small as the one I carry. It'd level a city the size of Waterdeep.
You thrice-damned rotten bastard! You've been the greatest threat to our lives all this time!
I swear to you I wasn't. But I've no choice but to admit I am now. Perhaps it would be best if I leave Put as much distance between us as I can before the orb erupts.
Is there nothing we can do?
We might chance upon a king's collection of magical artifacts around the corner. We might cross paths with a miracle round the bend. Then again, we might not. All of this, it must feel like a betrayal. Say the word, and we'll part ways.
No, we're friends. We've come this far together and we'll continue on together. That's how it will be.
That is a great relief. Oh, a great relief indeed. You truly are a soul that steals my own. From all my new rallied heart, I thank you. I thank you all. I understand if you stand against me. I'm humbled if you stand with me. Either way, I will do my best not to let you down. I stand at a precipice, but if you do not give up hope, neither shall I. I'll fight. I'll resist as long as I can. Now, even I am tired of the sound of my own voice. Let us venture forth.
Of course, Amity does realize that she is taking a big risk keeping Gale around. But, yeah, she considers him a friend at this point. She's not going to just, you know, send him away because of... Yeah, this is a chance she's willing to take. Anyway, we need to, cast our long strider.
Sharp as ever.
Will needs to prepare his false life, and this is yes, pact bound already. I think it used to be that you had to reapply the pact binding each day, and then they changed it in a patch to be
Ready and willing.
summon shovel, cast mage armor,
Still breathing, despite everything.
and the shovel gets a long strider as well.
A dragon rider.
Oh,
My kin are near.
Damn thing could blot out the sun.
I tangled with a dragon once. Never forgot it.
well, this is what we're here for.
I suggest we admire it from afar.
Moonrise Towers can wait. We need to take care of the illicit parasite. And if lae'zel is to be believed, and Amity trusts her, the Githyanki are the experts and can offer a cure. Oh. Hello.
What are you doing? Hold up before they see you, Gresham.
I don't know if Amity is really gonna be, like, antagonistic here. I don't think she would. Whenever there's, like, a unique tiefling option or something, it's always tempting, but I don't think she would try to, like, escalate here. And who are you, exactly?
Nobody. Just another harassing fool trying to get to Baldur's Gate in one piece. That lot are swarming all over the bridge. I don't know what they want, but it can't be good. I'm going to find another way around. You ought to do the same. I doubt a fight against them would go your way.
Seems you have good survival instincts. Maybe you should join me instead.
What? Just follow you around? I go my own way. Alone.
It's a shame. Amity can't help but notice that she is, very pretty.
Rag. That's it. I'm getting out of here.
On my way.
Drop your weapons!
I'll feed your innards to the ants before I do that, Istik.
This is your last chance!
No, look up. That was your last chance, Istik. Now burn!
Stop wasting time, Beretta. You're not here to play with the locals.
Of course, Kith'rak. We merely sought to...
No excuses. Question, kill, then move on. Find the weapon. Our queen watches us. Fail her at your peril.
A red dragon. I envy its knight. Would that I rode such a steed. A crash must be near. Come, my kin await.
Yeah, I mean, the dragon is definitely threatening, but Amity trusts lae'zel maybe a little too much, but yes, let's go.
Kith'rak, we must speak. Ryder, my time is short. Lead me to...
Shh. Such a familiar tone. Were I not merciful, I would slice the skin clean from your meat. Yet you are not bleeding. For I am nothing if not merciful. Your name, child.
Yeah, well, let's trust lae'zel to handle this.
lae'zel.
lae'zel. Proud. Regal, even. You will call me Gestil Kith'rak.
Vos, Knight Supreme. The Queen's silver, the Queen's sword.
I am who you say. A Ghaik vessel has fallen from the sky, lae'zel. Thieves aboard have taken a weapon most precious. It is polyhedric in shape and inscribed with the sacred runes of our people.
You suddenly feel a strange anxiety take hold. Not your own, but that of the artifact you carry. Somehow, it's afraid. You attune your mind to it. The artifact does not want to fall into the Gith Raiders' hands any more than it does the Absolute followers.
Take word to your creche. You are to join our search. Speak up, child. Affirm your mandate.
Now this complicates things. I think the best course of action here, because we do need help from the Githyanki, and the motives of the artifact we don't know, but it is protecting us from the Absolute. So Amity knows we do need to keep the artifact. We can't turn it over to the Gith. So I think the best thing to do for now is to... Yes, Amity mouths a silent command to lae'zel. Play along. Not gonna use a full-on spell slot there. Ah, that's... easy enough.
You honor me with this duty, Kith'rak. I shall alert my caretaker with haste.
The kith'rak nods, content with lae'zel's answer.
You serve your queen well, child. Take your slaves and hunt those who escaped the Gale ship. They must carry the weapon.
I fly now to Vlaakith, our undying queen. She will see your faith rewarded in this plane and ours.
To Danos! To the sky!
Damn it all! You did well to intervene, vexed as I am to admit it. The distilled kith'rak would have flayed our skin and left our carcasses to burn in the sun. All for the sake of the artifact that we carry. The crash is near, this much we know. We follow the path forward and into the valley. No one, not even the ignoble distilled kith'rak, will keep me from my purification.
Yeah, this, complicates things. Now, is there anything... Yes, there's some supplies here. Worth taking, perhaps. Still, Amity is confident in her ability to charm her way through whatever troubles we may run into. Oh. Let's grab that balsam. Can use that to make healing potions. On which note, we're actually running a little low. Anyway, on we go to find the Githyanki. The area you are about to enter will be bitterly difficult for a party of your level. We are almost level 5. And make sure to tie up any loose ends. I believe that just means the tieflings, the grove, the goblins, that whole situation, which we have resolved. Okay, so we can progress. You? Who are you?
Well met. I am Raphael.
Oh, we've not met Raphael yet?
At your service.
I was sure we had met him. I've got like several playthroughs going on. Oh, it's a shame we don't get his usual introduction. It's pretty good, but I guess it triggers at areas that just the flow of Amity's version of the story hasn't really facilitated. I know he shows up. I forget what the first condition is, but he sometimes shows up at the Harper cache in the middle of the like near the Emerald Grove, which I think Amity found, but before meeting the conditions to have Raphael show up. He also shows up when you go to the Underdark, which normally, most of my playthroughs, I go to the Underdark before the Mountain Pass. Amity, I mean, well, y'all have been following the story. You know her reasoning for taking this path. But, yeah, no, I've never seen Raphael show up like this before. Amity is a little suspicious of this guy just showing up in her camp, but, she's going to try to live up to her name. Pleasure. Pleasure to meet you. I am Amity.
Charmed, I'm sure, in more ways than one. We should have a chat, you and I, but not here. This quaint little scene is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes. Come. There, middle of somewhere.
I don't like this at all.
Nice decor.
The House of Hope, where the tired come to rest and the famished come to feed lavishly. Go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last.
Are these theatrics leading somewhere?
Are you not entertained? Well, far be it from me to disappoint. What's better than a devil you don't know? A devil you do.
Fuck. A Cambion.
Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
And why would a Cambion want to help me?
Because my compassion is boundless. I stride among the needy, giving comfort where I can. And you're in dire need. One skull, 2 tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all, like that.
Amity is, I mean, even if she hadn't just seen what happened with Will, she knows better than to make a deal with the devil. You're mad if you think I'll make a deal with the devil.
And what is madness but a denial of reality? Still, I've a feeling you'll change your mind before it's changed for you. Try to cure yourself. Shop around. Beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door. Hope. Such a tease.
That's what separates us from the devil, soldier. They think our greatest strength is a weakness.
Now, Amity knows a performer when she sees one. And this Raphael is all talk. There's no substance behind any of it. She doesn't trust him one bit. I'll have the last laugh in the end, I think.
I've always wondered what a laughing mind flayer sounds like. All those pretty little symptoms, sundering skin, dissolving guts, they haven't manifested yet, have they? One might say you're a paragon of luck. I'll be there when it runs out.
Now, Karlach, I think, knows the most about devils. Karlach and Will are devil experts in camp.
Can't believe that devil just took us into the hells with a snap of his fingers. If I see him again, I'll wring his neck.
I'd enjoy watching that.
I knew I liked you. Raphael was his name, right? He's trying to lure us into a game he knows we can't win. I'm not playing. Glad you're not either.
I know I was complaining about the camp clothes item not looking like it does in the, the fact that it looks different on body types 1 and 3 to how it looks on body types 2 and 4. But it does really suit Amity. I hadn't noticed until we got the close-up shots, the, like, detailing on it is just really pretty. It really suits her.
Bloody hells. Literally. Just when I think I've got a grasp on our dilemma, a devil shows up. No matter. We've dealt with every other oddity thrown at us lately. We can handle this one too. Now, as for this Raphael, he knows our secret. He claims he can help. What do you make of him?
He's a devil. We shouldn't trust him. Simple as that.
No doubts at all. He seemed powerful and very knowledgeable about our problem. Not the worst prospect we've stumbled across. As long as you can look past what he is.
Now, Amity usually isn't, like, you know, prejudiced or anything. But when it comes to devils, they're... being deceptive and untrustworthy is kind of fundamental to their being. It's not like they're, you know... Yeah, no, I'm not going to just change my mind. We can't trust Raphael.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear. He's clever. My order uses the same tactic when dealing with enemies of Shah. You don't need a scourge or a rack to break people. Fear and self-doubt are sufficient. When actual pain comes, the victim's already done the heavy lifting for their torturer. There were no right answers with that devil. He was toying with his food. Us.
Just as an aside, I love Raphael's theme music. Like that harpsichord. Excellent. I didn't realize you were so well-versed in mental and emotional torment.
Aren't you glad that I am? It's an effective trick. Watch out for it. And for Raphael.
Now there's a bloody devil trailing after us. Well, this gets better and better. Shop around, he said. He seems sure we won't find anything. And he might be right. We've had no luck so far.
He's not. We still have options.
Maybe. But all that, take your time, I'll wait nonsense. He's playing with us. Cazador, my old master, liked to toy with people too. Let them think there was hope right until the end. Until he snatched it all away. Creatures like them don't play games. Unless they know they can win.
Not his playthings. We'll show him that.
Maybe. But he's not the only one spinning a web for us. This is no ordinary mind flayer parasite. Who tampered with it, and why? What do they have planned for us? And why are we important enough that a devil comes knocking on our door? If we find those answers, we might have a chance.
This devil, Raphael, flaunts his paltry wings as if he wants to impress us. You saw the red dragon slaying his infernal kin above hell's fires, did you not? Next to a dragon, the devil's a gnat. When I am Kith'rak, I will take my Queen Vlaakith his head as a trophy.
Kith'rak, the dragon rider we just met, you called him Kith'rak. What does that mean?
Githyanki knights, the riders that chase the Nautiloid. They are the commissars and enforcers of my Queen Vlaakith's will. Vlaakith bestows no greater honor. The bastard at the pass made a mockery of it. To wield a Kith'rak silver sword is my destiny. I will earn my queen's favor, and I will conquer every layer of hell should she command it.
Oh yeah, you will, girl. So why were those knights chasing the Mind Flayer ship?
The Gale are my kind's mortal enemy. It is not unusual for the Kith'rak to give chase, to penetrate the hells. This is unusual. But I'm not one to question the wisdom of my queen. I can see but to the horizon. Vlaakith's sight pierces the many planes.
The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales, don't you think?
Much as I enjoy fairy tales, I've no intention of bargaining with the likes of him.
That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with, and then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure, but the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.
Do you feel as flattered as I do? Invited to dine with a devil.
You have a strange definition of flattery.
Believe me, that was a devil's equivalent of serenades and roses. Don't let his bluster fool you. All that talk of desperation merely illustrates his own. I think he wants something from us, badly. And in that knowledge lies our opportunity.
I'll remind you that when dealing with the devil, you always draw the short straw.
There's no such thing as an absolute certainty. Let me play the devil's advocate. The man is too eager. Do not dismiss his offer out of hand. If there's one quality all the denizens of the hells embody, it's ambition. A quality they share with many humans, come to think of it.
You've got that right.
Admittedly, it's an area in which I have a modicum of expertise. And, based on the evidence before us, it's hard to imagine any other motivation. Fact one, there's something very strange and very powerful about our tadpoles. Fact two, a devil offers to take it away. Devils aren't known to aid mortals out of simple kindness. Whatever Raphael wants, we must be the key to getting it, along with our tadpoles. So, I say for now, We wait. If I'm right, Raphael will seek us out again, and when he does, there's a mighty bargain to be made. Remember his Cormyrean rhyme? Down came the claw.
Oh, I don't remember
we should
that,
start
because
growing
it
our
skipped that scene. But, yeah, Amity is aware of Raphael's overeagerness, his desperation, and that gives us the upper hand. Even so, better to avoid dealing with devils. Right. And we will continue on to the mountain pass in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Click the like button if you liked the video, or click the dislike button if you didn't. If you want to see more Baldur's Gate 3 or Elder Scrolls, go ahead and subscribe. Y'all have a great day, and I will see you next time.